Morning students. In this video class we are going to discuss about chapter 4 theoretical concepts of operating system. So last class, that is chapter 3, we are going to discussed about hardware devices used in a computer. Yes. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the software. We already know what is meant by hardware, what is meant by software. Yes. Can you able to remember what is meant by hardware? The devices attached to the computer. The physical devices attached to the computer is known as a hardware devices. The set of programs is known as a software. Okay, so in the first chapter itself we discussed what is meant by hardware and what is meant by software. In this lesson we are going to discuss about the operating system. Operating system is also one of the software. Okay, now you can see the introduction about this lesson. So introduction to software. What is meant by software? A software is a set of instruction. Why we need a software? Software is used to perform a specific task. If you want to perform any task with your computer, if you want to add numbers, if you want to multiply, or if you want to hear the music, see the movies, whatever you want to do with your computer, we must need a software. Okay, software is a set of instruction that perform specific task. It interacts basically with the hardware to generate the desired output. So what kind of output you want to get, that output we can. There are mainly two different types of softwares used in a computer. One is application software, another one is a system software. We already know these terms, no? What is meant by application software and what is meant by system software? Application software is used to satisfy the user needs. What you want to perform with your computer, that we can do with the help of application software. Okay, and then system software is used to run the computer. Okay, so softwares are mainly classified into how many types? Two different types. Okay, so what are the two different types of softwares? Application software, another one is system software. Application software is used to satisfy the user needs, and system software is used to run the computer. Okay, now you can see the definition about application software. So application software is a set of programs. So application software is also what? Set of instructions, set of programs only is having. Okay, to perform specific task. If you want to do some specific task, then we can develop a application software. For example, MS Word, VLC player, PowerPoint, Paint, these are all comes under the application software. Why we need a Word? Word is used to create a document with your computer. Yes, if you want to create a text document, then we can use a MS Word. What is the expansion of MS Word? Microsoft Word. Okay, and then if we want to draw something to your computer, then we can use a Paint. Paint is used for drawing something to your user, to the computer. Okay, and then MS Excel is also one of the application software that is used for calculation. Okay, and then VLC play. Here only you can play all these things to your computer. Okay, so these are all known as a application software. So what is the meaning of application software? Application software are used to perform a specific task. What task? What is the task you want to prepare that software? The task alone can be satisfied. Okay, so MS Word is used only for creating the text document. Okay, VLC player is used for play the videos, audios and movies. Okay, so these are all the application software. Now you can see the system software. So system software is a type of computer program that is designed to run the computer's hardware and application programs. So application programs is only the optional one. Which application program we need? That application program alone we can store within your computer. Okay, so some of the computer is not having MS Word, MS Paint, that all. Okay, but the computer can run. but all computer must have the system software. Without a system software, we can't able to run the computer. That is, the computer cannot be work. If the system software is installed, then only your computer can be working. Okay, so why we need a system software? System software is used to run the computers. Okay, and also it give the platform for application softwares, application programs, how they can able to run. Okay, so for example of system softwares is operating system and a language processor. So these are all the examples of system software. So system software is mandatory to run the computer, otherwise your computer cannot be function. Okay, now you can see some of the examples of system software, that is Windows, Windows as well as system software. So introduction to operating system. Now we are going to see about what is mean by operating system, why we need a operating system. So we already know the softwares are classified into how many types? Two types, application software and system software. Okay, this operating system comes under the system software. Without this OS we can't able to run the computer. Okay, so an operating system is a system software which serves as an interface between a user and a computer. When the user gives any commands to the computer, how it can be accessed, how it can be processed, means it can be accessed and processed through the OS only. Okay, operating system is an interface between a user and a computer. This controls, that is OS controls input, output and other peripheral devices, such as disk drives, printers and electronic gadgets. Okay, so the OS is have the whole control. It used to control all the input and output devices and other peripheral devices. So what is meant by peripheral devices? Hardware devices is also known as peripheral devices. Okay, so what are the hardware devices? Mouse, keyboard, speaker, monitor, CPU. That is what are the devices you can able to touch? That all devices is known as hardware devices. Wire, plug, these are all known as hardware devices. Okay, so this hardware devices is also called as peripheral devices. The functions of an operating system includes file management, memory management, process management and device management and many more. Okay, so what are the how the what is meant by file? All the informations in your computer is stored in the form of files only. Okay, whatever you can give to your computer, if you draw something and save that paint, then it can be saved in the form of files. So all the informations in your computer are saved in the form of files. And then memory management, we already know in computer there are two different types of memories are used, primary memory and secondary memory. The OS is used to maintain the memory, how the data can be stored, how it can be retrieved, all this are done by the OS. Okay, and then process management, how the CPU can process the data. Okay, so which operation you want to perform first, all these are decided by the operating system. And then device management, if you are installing the new devices to your computer, how you can install, where you have to install, that all information, that all informations are maintained in the OS only. Okay, so these are the functions of OS. Operating system. So operating system, it control all these devices. What are the devices it can able to control? It control the hard drive, application programs, different types of apps, and then it control the monitor, printer, mouse, keyboard. All these are connected to the operating system. The operating system can have overall control. Okay, overall control, it having to control all these devices. Operating system. Without an operating system, a computer cannot effectively manage all the resources. Okay, so if you want to control all the resources, your computer must have the operating system. when a computer is switched on, the operating system is loaded into the memory automatically. So when the operating system can load it to your computer when we switch on the computer, okay. So when we switch on the computer, the operating system is also automatically loaded. We already know this one, no? We discussing about the primary memory, the RAM. RAM is automatically store all this OS when we switch on the computer, okay. A user cannot communicate directly with the computer hardware unless an operating system is loaded, okay. So once the operating system is loaded, then only the user can communicate directly with the computer hardware. Otherwise we can't able to communicate with the hardware devices. So when we switch on the computer, if the keyboard or mouse is not connected to your computer, then it shows on one message, your keyboard is not connected, mouse is not connected. That type of information you get it, no? How you can get this information? So because of the booting process only you can get this type of information. Yes. So at the time of booting, it can check whether the hardware devices, all the hardware devices and the software devices is connected to the computer and work, and it is ready to work, okay. So some of the popular operating system used in personal computers and laptops are Windows, Unix and Linux. The mobile devices mostly use Android and iOS as mobile OS, okay. Nowadays also we are using only the Windows operating system. Most of the persons are using Windows operating system and used to run the computer, okay. In mobile devices, what is the OS is used? Android. Nowadays we are using Android mobiles, no? Android and iOS. These are the famous operating system used in your mobile devices, okay. So operating system Unix. So what are the operating system? I told you, know, Windows 10, Unix, Android as the Apple version, Apple iOS. These are all the operating systems. So why we need a operating system? Now we are going to discuss about why we need a operating system. We already know operating system is one of the essential software is used to run the computer, okay. Without OS we can't able to run the computer, and then it can manage all the software and the hardware devices connected to our computers, okay. And then it create a interface between the user and the computer. Through this operating system only we can able to communicate with the computer, okay. Is it clear? That is the need for operating system, okay. Now you can read these points, okay. Operating system has become essential to enable the user to design application without the knowledge of computer's internal structures of hardware. So operating system has become essential to enable the user to design applications without the knowledge of computer's internal structure of hardware. So this is one of the essential software. With this only we can able to work with the computer, okay. And then it manage all the software and the hardware. Memory and storage. So for that we can operating system only manage how the process can be executed, which devices now it can able to access the CPU or memory. All these are decided only by the operating system. The need of operating system is basically an interface between the user and the hardware. The same points it can be repeated again, okay. So need for operating system. Now you can see this flow chart. Human user, how the human user can interact to the computer. So the human user give request to the application software. This application software interact to the operating system, and then that operating system is communicate with other system software and it interact to the hardware devices, okay. Again the bidirectional information, that is we can send and receive both the communication between this both the devices, okay. And then hardware devices can connect to the operating system, and then through this operating system only the human can interact to the hardware devices, okay. So the human user can interact to the operating system. Through this operating system only can access the hardware. Now you can see this flowchart. User and the user can interact to the application software, and then application software can interact to the operating system. This operating system can interact to the hardware. The reverse process is also possible. Hardware device communicate with the operating system, and then operating system can have a communication with the application, and then it gives the users. Okay. So operating system works as translator while it translates the user request into the machine language. Okay. So how the message from one device to another device. Okay, so it translates the user request into the machine language. Always our request in English or some other languages. Okay, how it can be translated into the machine understandable coding. Which language the machine can understand? It understand only the machine language, that is binary language. So all the requests are converted into the binary format, that is zeros and ones. Okay, so processor it machine language process it and then send it back to the operating system. Operating system convert processed information into user readable form. After that, how it can be after the process is over, again the operating system can do the translation work. It translated to the human understandable form. Okay, human readable form. So once the operating system can receive request to the user, that request can be converted into the machine language. After converting into machine language, it processed. Okay, after the process is over, again the operating system can receive the data and convert into the user understandable form, user readable form. Okay, so this interactions of operating system and user can be made. Okay, now you can see this flow chart. Application software, it gives the operating system, and then operating system interact to the hardware. Or after the process is over, again the operating system convert the messages into the user understandable format. Okay, to ensure that your computer can be used to extract what the user wants it do. Okay, so the OS can only ensure what the user wanted to. How it is possible, how the child can operate the computer? Because of ease of usage. When we switch on the computer automatically can be started, and when they click any particular application, that application can be opened. That is easy to use. For this interaction, how this interaction can be created more easy? Because of the OS only we can able to create this interaction. Communication becomes very easy. That's why we are using computers to all the places. Okay, so easy interaction between the user and the computers can be made with the help of OS. Starting computer operation automatically when power is turned on. So that the booting process, we are not doing the booting process, the system itself can do the booting process. Controlling input and output devices. When we are using the input and output devices, if for example if you are giving continuously 20 to 50 print request, how it can be printed? It can be printed one by one. Which request is coming first, that print can be taken first. Okay, so this type of maintaining, controlling the input and output devices is also done by the OS. Manage the utilization of main memory, providing security to user programs. Okay, so we know already the capacity of main memory is very low when comparing to the secondary storage devices, but we can manage the main memory for speed of the process. Okay, that management of main memory is also done by the operating system, and then it provide the security to the user programs. When we use the computer, we must feel it must be secure. Okay, so that security is also provided by the user programs. Okay, system and why we need a operating system and what are the uses of operating system. Okay, Now we are going to discuss about what is the assignment, today's assignment. So today's assignment, what are the different types of software and what is meant by operating system. Okay, so complete the assignment and send to the WhatsApp number. Okay, students, thank you.